Okay, good morning. Today we are going to do an eye-round roast, and we are going to cook it in the crock pot, low and slow. The eye-round roast is not one of my favorites, but I am going to try again. Like we said before, we just got half a cow, and we've got our own beef, so let's get started. With the eye-round, I'm going to first pour on some olive oil, and I have already washed my hands. I'm going to be doing a lot of that in between this process, but we're going to rub it with olive oil and add our spices and then put it in the crock pot.
And you rinsed this before I turned the camera on.
I did rinse it, and I patted it dry with paper towels, yes. All right, now I'm going to add salt, pepper, and paprika to my little bowl here. I've got a teaspoon, so I'm adding about a teaspoon and a half of sea salt, fine sea salt, about a little over half of pepper, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of paprika. Stir that around a little bit. And I'm going to sprinkle this on top of the eye-round if it will cooperate. And I'm going to rub it in. Now I'm going to go ahead and add this to the crock pot, and then we're going to add the rest of our seasonings. Now my eye-round is a little bit longer than my crock pot, but that's okay. It will shrink down a little bit. So now I'm going to add some Italian pear seasoning. And I'm just very generous with it. And then I'm also going to add some Turkish oregano. And I just think it adds a very good flavor. This is actually very easy to do. Once again, if you have a crock pot, for me that's the way to go. Alright, so I have added my spices, and we are ready to cover this up. I do not add any liquid. It will make its own juices, and we will also be making a light gravy after it's done. So I'm going to cover it up, plug in my crock pot, turn it on low. Now this is going to cook all day, probably between 8 and 9 hours, and then we will show you what it looks like. And I'm hoping for fork tender. Like I said, eye-round is not my favorite, but we're going to give it a go in the crock pot.
Today is a great example of just how much Mom likes her crock pots, because she actually has two of them running, one with bone broth and of course the other one with our eye-round roast.
Okay, it has been about 8.5 hours since we started our eye-round roast. And so we're going to check it, and I'm thinking that it's fork tender. I'm hoping that it's fork tender, so let's find out. Yes, I think it is, and hopefully it doesn't fall to pieces on me as we remove it from the crock pot. So we're going to put it over here on the platter. It is definitely very tender. As you can see, I can just take a fork and just kind of shred it, which I'm not sure I want it shredded, but anyway, that's a good thing though, because usually it's tough and it's really dry, but that's when I've done it in the oven. So I think the crock pot with an eye-round roast for me is the way to go. So let's see, we're gonna let it cool a little bit first, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the juices off because I am going to use this for gravy. So let me go ahead and do that. Make a mess. Okay. We got about 2 cups of juices from our eye-round roast, and we're going to now do the gravy. So I used 2 tablespoons of butter in a cast iron skillet. I'm going to let that melt. Then we're going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to mix that in, then we'll add the juice and let it thicken up. So far I'm very happy with the eye-round because it did come out tender, and I think with the gravy and everything, it'll definitely be juicy. Okay.
So we just whisk until thickened?
Yes. Okay. I did add a little bit of water, but it is at the consistency that I like. I don't like it really thick, and I don't like it really thin, so that's just going to simmer while we finish up making our spinach. Okay, so now we're going to slice it. It's had time to cool since we went ahead and made our gravy. It is definitely fork tender. If I wanted to, I could probably have shredded it and then just mixed it all in with the gravy, put it over mashed potatoes or rice.
That'll probably be the leftovers.
Yes, that'll be a leftover meal. Tonight we are going to have slices with the gravy. So, there we go. And it is definitely the best one I have ever done. Thank you very much.